Welcome to the Real View podcast, where Ohio Realtors connect you to innovators and influencers, keeping you with the real view of real estate. Whether you're a broker, agent, first-time homebuyer, industry leader, or just happen to stumble upon our podcast today, you can expect to hear tips, tools, tricks, interesting information, and so much more from the experts in Ohio's real estate game.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Real View podcast. I am your host, Allison Wiley. Joining me today, I would like to welcome back. He is no stranger to Ohio Realtors, no stranger to this show. I always love when I get to have my repeat guests on to join me again. Burton Kelso. He is 2 times TEDx keynote speaker and expert on cybersecurity, AI, digital marketing. He is our tech expert, our tech guru. He is joining us at our convention and expo happening September 14th to 16th in Columbus. Burton, welcome back to the show. It's so good to see you and be talking with you again.
Oh, great to see you, Allison. I hope things are going well for you.
Yes, you too. And for anyone who doesn't know who Burton is, I'll run through his bio real quick so you can get to know a little bit more about him and in his expertise. He is far more than a tech founder. As a 2 times TEDx keynote speaker and reoccurring on-air contributor for global news networks, he has become the human tech expert for an era defined by artificial intelligence and rapid change. When he isn't overseeing his team at Integral, he is on stage leading conferences, which he's going to do for us, or in front of the camera delivering jargon-free insights that make technology fun, safe, and easy to use. Based in Kansas City, he lives the digital wellness he preaches, balancing his high-tech career as an avid cyclist and traveler. He remains deeply committed to philanthropic causes that bridge the digital divide for entrepreneurs. Whether he's speaking to a room of 1,000 CEOs or a single business owner, Burton's purpose remains the same, ensuring that in a world of constant innovation, no one gets left behind. So cool. We're so happy to have you. And I know I just read that, and that's your bio, and that's amazing. I'd like to hear from you how you got started in this industry. What's your background? What led you to where you are today? Give us a little bit from your perspective of what's led you to where you are today.
Well, 34 years ago, I started Integral, which is a computer repair and managed IT services company. And the goal wasn't because I like tinkering with technology. The goal was that I saw people struggling with technology, and I love helping people achieve their goals and dreams through the use of technology. Technology is ever changing, so people and realtors need an expert like Integral to help them guide through this constant change. Because, Allison, if you look at it, even 3 years ago, we weren't even having this conversation about AI. And so that shows how fast technology moves. And as realtors know, the best tools to have are going to help them develop their relationships and help their buyers and sellers achieve the home of their dreams. And so it's important for technology people like myself not to only brag about I know technology, but to pass that knowledge on to others so that they can stay safe, have fun with technology, and make sure that they can have a better understanding of it.
Yeah, so true. I love that. And that's why it's always a joy when we get to have you here. We know your classes are always very practical, very real. And I love in this session. So your session is going to be Tuesday afternoon, that's September the 15th at 12:45, bursting the ChatGPT bubble, upgrading your AI game beyond ChatGPT, which I think is so great because when we think AI, it's like, okay, yeah, well, I asked Chat to plan my next vacation. You know what I mean? That is, I feel like so many of us kind of are just at that stage. You're going to share with us, as you just mentioned, there's so much more out there that realtors can be doing to take advantage of this. You're going to be sharing with us some really cool AI, the latest and greatest tech that's out there that we can start using right away to help us grow our business. Tell us a little bit about your session. What made you excited about this? What are you looking forward to teaching? And what can we be looking forward to as we head into the session?
Well, I think realtors get it mixed up when it comes to AI and think that AI is this all-inclusive tool that's going to automate their office and allow them to sit on the beach having cocktails and allowing AI to help their buyers and sellers achieve their dreams. But the reality is that AI really shouldn't stand for artificial intelligence. In today's day and age, AI needs to stand for augmented intelligence, meaning that the technology is designed to help you augment your already awesome abilities and to make you a better realtor. And so bursting from the chat GPT bubble basically means that you're getting away of the mindset of you trying to automate your real estate office, which in some instances, your real estate office is automated because there's already tools or AI tools built into popular programs. And you've got your program-based AI tools like, say, QuickBooks, if a realtor is using QuickBooks, or I can't even think of some of the other real estate tools out there, but most of them have some form of AI already built in. And that's great because the automation process happens within that software. What we have to look at, especially for realtors, is that breaking free of the chat GPT bubble lets you understand that there's not agentic, but actually the generative AI that allows you to generate your property listings. It allows you to create that social media calendar, that allows you to create those social media videos and images that helps you bring more of your tools in-house and allows you to save time when creating content or developing documents or even develop your real estate business rather than spending hours on end trying to think about what is the next move. You've got a tool in the form of AI that will allow you to converse with it and help you go to the next level as far as your real estate business is concerned.
No, it's going to be great. It's going to be really exciting to see. You're going to open our eyes to the different ways that we can be using this to ensure our business is running smoothly and as efficiently as possible. And I love in your description, you say, if I see one more listing description that says a house is nestled in a charming neighborhood or perfect for entertaining, I'm going to lose my mind, and so are your clients. Talk to us about that and just how we're starting to learn what is AI and being able to, tell the difference between some of those things. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Right. So the challenge with using tools like ChatGPT is that many realtors don't personalize those tools to make them work as if it was the realtor coming up with those property listings. So AI can only do what you tell it to do, or generative AI can only do what you tell it to do. It doesn't know the little nuances of you, the agent, and how you talk. And so you've got to design it to work within your voice. And part of that is personalizing tools like ChatGPT, Copilot, Microsoft, or not, I already said Microsoft Copilot, but Copilot, ChatGPT, Gemini by Google, and of course, Claude, which is the up and coming AI tool. But it's learning about personalizing those tools to make them work for you rather than jumping on the bandwagon of, well, I saw XYZ agent using this tool, so I'm going to use that because I want to be as efficient as them and look cool as them. Bursting from the chat GPT bubble means that number one, you probably need to start with your main AI tool based on what email program your brokerage is using. So if you're a Microsoft Office, you probably need to be using Copilot as your base. If you're a Google Gemini office or a Google Workspace office, you as an agent probably need to use Google Gemini as your main AI tool. Now, that's not to say that you have to completely get away from ChatGPT, but that means that other than personalizing your AI tools, you need to diversify because not every AI tool is going to do the same thing the same way. And some tools are stronger in some areas and other tools are not. For example, Meta AI is probably one of the most slept on AI tools out there as far as video and images. And so if you're an agent and maybe you've got your AI game or your real estate business locked down, but you're lacking in images or video, you need to take a look at Meta AI and even Grok AI and even Google Gemini as far as creating those real estate videos and images because ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, they do an okay job. Claude doesn't really get into images, but there are other tools out there that will help you complete the package as far as thriving and surviving in an AI world. And so agents really have to take a step back, examine those tools and figure out which tools do I need to use and don't. And I think the problem is, Allison, is that everyone goes for the best AI tool. And there's no such thing. You've got to use the ones that work the best for your real estate business.
I love that. And I think that's a great way to do that. Take a look at what your office is already using, ways that you can integrate what's already out there, what you're already familiar with. That's a great way. So that was going to be my question. How do you pick between all these? Like there's so many now that it seems like they all do the same thing. And that's a great bit of advice to say, use what your office is using, whatever platform you're on, it's going to have some form of this generative AI. That's a great way to start. And I think, for those individuals who are nervous about using this or haven't really dipped the toe in the water yet, what's your advice to those people? And what are you going to be sharing with maybe the beginners to this or the people who say, I haven't started. What do I do? This is happening so fast. What's your advice to those people?
Well, I've got two programs that I would recommend agents get familiar with. So the first one, if you're looking to find out the AI tool that's going to work best for you, there's a website and an app called chathub.gg. Now, chathub.gg is a website and an app that allows you to use up to 6 different generative AI tools at once. So you can get a glimpse of what ChatGPT does, Google Gemini, Microsoft Copilot, Claude. And the way this website works is that you put in a single prompt. So let's say that you want to do that property listing and you want to find out which AI tool is going to give you the best output. And so the challenge under normal circumstances is that you'd have to go to each chatbot website and put in the same prompt to see what's going to be generated. But with chathub.gg, you put in one prompt and then you get to see the reaction time of the AI tool and you get to see the different responses as far as what that tool is going to generate. And the good thing about chathub.gg is that it's not one of those sites where the AI tools are maybe a couple of versions behind what's actually out there. Chathub.gg gives you the most current version of ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude. That way you're getting real-time information and not worried about, well, this chat hub that I'm using isn't giving me the most current information. Also, prompts are huge with agents. And the challenge that we have with AI prompts is that sometimes we reinvent the wheel. And so we're putting in the same prompts over and over again. So another good website to go to is myprompts.io, which is a website that allows you to categorize all of your prompts into one website and you can keep them for yourself. If you've got a team of agents and you want your agents to use your awesome prompts, you can share myprompt.io with other agents in your office. So that way they don't have to reinvent the wheel when it's things that they want to generate for the office, whether it be a flyer, home listing, or maybe they want to do market analysis, which brings me to another point. Market analysis, as far as AI is concerned, sometimes can be confusing because a lot of people will go with ChatGPT. Well, a lot of people haven't heard of Perplexity, or maybe as an agent you have, but Perplexity is designed to be the Google of the AI chatbot. So if you're looking for factual information about property values, anything that deals with the overall nuance of real estate and how the market's going, Perplexity is the tool that you want to use for that because Perplexity doesn't just spit out information just like your AI chatbots. Perplexity analyzes every website that it gets information from, and it gives you links to those websites so that you can refer to them to make sure that your AI chatbot isn't hallucinating, that it's giving you factual data.
That's awesome. I'm like writing down notes as you're speaking. I'm like, geez, we've only been talking for like 14 minutes and already I'm like, you're dropping all these like 5 different things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're not even doing your convention session yet. No, this is great. That's so interesting. And that's the other big piece of this too, right? And like when we've talked AI and chat, on this podcast before, the amount of error that it's pretty good, right? But there is still a bit of error. There is still that human interference that needs to happen with this. What are you seeing from that? What do we need to be aware of, cautious of, as we are doing some of this generative stuff to make sure that we're still having eyes on it, that it's still getting proofed, and that we're making sure that what it's coming out with is truly, in fact, the truth, because it hasn't been in some instances. Talk to us about that and what we need to be aware of and cautious about.
So there's three things that agents need to do in order to cut down on error. So number one, you really have to go through, like I mentioned earlier, and personalize your chatbot. I mean, if you go into the settings of Google Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, even Microsoft Copilot, you can put in information about yourself as an agent. And when you do that, you have to make sure that that chatbot stays within that path. A lot of times when we use our AI chatbots, we may put in our real estate information in, but then maybe we look up a recipe for apple pie or paper bag apple pie, and it kind of goofs up the chatbot because it's like, are you a baker or are you a realtor? So personalizing that chatbot is the first step. Next is to make sure that you are diversifying your which chatbots that you use. Again, don't just go down the rabbit hole with one chatbot. Put your information into multiple chatbots to see what information, make sure that the information you're getting is pretty consistent. And then finally, the last thing that you want to do is to make sure that you always trust but verify with that AI tool that you're using. You can go into your AI chatbot because obviously the term artificial intelligence and the GPT and ChatGPT, which stands for generative pre-trained transformer, means that you can talk to a computer like you would a person. So if you're questioning the output of your AI chatbot, you need to say, okay, well, I kind of trust you, but then ask it another question to verify. Can you double check and make sure that this information that you've given me is accurate? And it'll actually go through and do it. Many times with AI, agents think, well, the final answer is the last answer and the right answer. And you can't treat your chatbot like that. You've got to treat it almost sometimes like an intern to make sure that it's giving you the information that you need in order to help you succeed.
Yeah, running it through multiple set of eyes, always checking, double checking, making sure that you're just not running with the first thing that it's telling you. Always super important to be doing as it's learning and getting smarter and faster. What do you love, Burton, from coming to these conventions, for being with us here in Columbus? What are you looking forward to with your time with Ohio Realtors coming here soon?
Well, I'm looking forward to making sure that every realtor that attends my session gets a good understanding of how AI works and how they need to incorporate it into their real estate business. Now, keep in mind, I'm not one of those AI experts that says that, yeah, you're going to die off and be a dinosaur if you don't get on the AI wagon. But you do have to have a good understanding of AI. It will make you productive, but you have to do it at your own pace. Many times agents will you lose time trying to learn new tools, and in the process they lose those relationships with buyers and sellers. You have to understand that real estate is always going to be a people business. So you've got to make sure, if you want to be a successful agent, that you grasp or get a better understanding of your people skills and work with your people so that you can take care of them at the time. Make sure that you give aftercare, because aftercare lets people know that you're still there as an agent. And then finally, technology is always going to be a part of real estate, but make sure that you are taking baby steps to grasp technology and incorporate a little at a time in your real estate business so that you can become better versed at the technology that you are faced with every day. I mean, it's not going away. You can't bury your head in the sand. So grasp it and understand that I need to know this. But understand too that it's not that the house is on fire, so to speak, and that you need to just abandon everything and just jump in the AI pool.
Yeah, it's not something that you need to be afraid of. And someone said this to me at a conference I was at, or can't remember, in a session that I was attending, and they said, AI and artificial intelligence and this generative work that we're, learning right now, it's going to be as common as like the internet and as like electricity almost. And when you think about it like that, it's like, well, yeah, we're not going through living life without electricity. Like, it's going to be as common as that. Is that something that you think too, and something that, hopefully people will come around to the thought of if it's put, kind of in that way?
Yeah, I really do because technology is always changing and new ideas scare people. Like years ago, well, centuries ago, there was a doctor, and I forget which country he was in, that introduced the prospect. Well, we're seeing a lot of pregnant mothers dying. And if we only washed our hands, then that would cut down on deaths. And it was scientifically proven. But this guy was ostracized and pretty much run out of the business because of that forward thinking idea of simply washing your hands. And the same thing with technology is that, if you're an agent, do you really want to go back to using a typewriter and dial up internet? No. Tech people are always looking at ways to make the human experience a lot easier. So just look at AI as another form of technology that's designed to make your life easier and allows you to spend more time with your buyers and sellers, and of course allows you to spend more time with your friends and family. So that's the best way that you should look at AI.
Absolutely. And that's really key. And I love that you brought that up, right? Like, this is a relationship business. It's always going to be a relationship business. If there's tools and technology out there that can allow us to focus on those relationships and spend more time, as you mentioned, with the people in our lives that really matter, that is the cool part about this. And that's what's going to really save us a ton of time and allow us to focus on what we're good at. Because I agree with you. I think that, oh my gosh, is it going to replace our jobs? No, because we are in a relationship business. Like, we will always need that human to human connection. AI is not going to sit at that closing table with you and cry tears of joy because, you're getting into your first home. That's just not going to happen, So I think when we are able to think about it like that and put the focus on that relationship building, the follow-up, as you mentioned, what we're doing after, a transaction is completed, so important. And it's a great opportunity for us to be able to focus more time on that and get rid of the stuff that we can, that doesn't need our attention and our care, like those relationship buildings really do. So that's going to be really awesome and a chance to do that. So exciting.
One of the things that agents can think about too is the fact that when you're sending those handwritten notes, because obviously we need to get back and add a little analog into our digital world, and you don't know what to say. I mean, couldn't you just go to your AI chatbot and say, hey, here's the situation. What are the best words that I can use in order to convey what I'm thinking? And then AI can shoot it out. Now, keep in mind, you could have your AI chatbot maybe email a response, but wouldn't it be much better if you wrote that down and mailed it to somebody? How great is that relationship going to be, especially knowing that someone knows that you took the time to handwrite something or to pick out a gift? I mean, you may not think of the idea of what to get, but AI can help bridge that human gap. And that's how agents need to look at AI and embrace it.
Yeah, no, I love it. That's a great way to look at it. So many really cool ways to use it. And you're going to tell us all about it in the session. And this is just a preview, and this is already so much good content and information. That's why I always love having you on, Burton. It's always a pleasure. You always are so knowledgeable and are so willing to share, your brain with us, and we appreciate that. And we're going to see you soon. Burton's session, as we mentioned, is bursting the ChatGPT bubble, upgrading your AI game beyond ChatGPT. He gave us a really great intro, a great preview into what we can look forward to. This session is Tuesday afternoon, September 15th at 12:45 p.m. at our annual convention and expo in Columbus. We can't wait to see you, Burton. We're so excited. We're fired up to have you with us in person, and I can't wait to hear what else you have in store for us.
Oh, yeah, I've got a lot of surprises in store. So I'm looking forward to heading to Columbus and helping people burst that Chat GPT bubble, because my goodness, there are so many people that embrace that tool and don't look up beyond Chat GPT thinking that it's the bee's knees. It's a great tool, but there are many other awesome AI tools out there. I'll give you a sneak peek of one more. There's an AI chatbot by the name of FixBot, and it's by a company called iFixit. And so iFixit usually gears towards how to fix your computers and technology. But FixBot, for you agents out there, let's say you run into a listing and there's some problems with that listing that you may have to repair or at least get a better understanding of. You can put that problem in the FixBot and it can give you an instant solution, like how to unclog a drain or diagnosing if there's something wrong with minor with a home. I mean, obviously, if there's foundation damage, FixBot ain't going to help you out. But those minor things that you run into as an agent when it comes in with your home, try FixBot. It's a great AI app that you can use.
That sounds amazing. So that's like the 5th tool that you just shared with us, I think. So already we've got, a handful worth of great tools to explore to help us, be more efficient, use our time where it matters the most, focus on those relationships, and really grow our business. So we're excited, Burton. You are amazing as always. And we will see you in a couple weeks at our convention.
Sounds good, Allison. Looking forward to it.
And to all of our listeners, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are not registered for convention, please sign up now at the Ohio Realtors website, ohiorealtors.org/convention. You can see the full schedule, including Burton's session and so many other amazing opportunities we have lined up for you guys. We are excited and fired up. We can't wait to see you in Columbus in the middle of September, and we will talk to you guys next week. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to The Real View. That wraps up today's episode. You can keep up with the latest on the podcast at ohiorealtors.org/therealview and on Apple or Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. Have questions, comments, or suggestions? We want to hear from you. Email us at podcast@ohiorealtors.org. We'll see you next time.